If this is your first time joining, then you're very welcome here. And my name is Tracy Clampett. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator for you in the UK, and today I'm going to show you how to cut and score your cardstock to make your base card. First of all, you will need an A4 piece of cardstock, or if you're in the US you will probably refer to this as letter size or A4, but our sizes are slightly different, so please be aware when I'm giving the measurements that I am giving measurements for the UK. Okay, so with your trimmer you need to know exactly how long your piece of card is. So a standard A4 in the UK is almost 11 3/4 inches long. So it's quite a good idea to cut it down to 11 1/2 to start with, or you can just cut your card as you go along. So half of the 11 1/2 is going to be 5 3/4, so I'm just going to move this card up to 5 3/4 of an inch and cut it. So I now have a piece that's this size. If I turn it the other way, I now want to score it, and I'm going to score it at 4 1/8 of an inch. I will show you where 1/8 of an inch is in a moment. So now I have a score line, and I can fold it in half, and I have a perfect card that will open that way or that way. Okay, so I will show you first where 1/8 of an inch is. So at the top you will see where the inches are, there are some little lines as well. The little lines are all 1/16 of an inch. The longer ones are 1/8 of an inch, and you just count them along. So for 4 1/8, it's the second line past the 4, which is a slightly longer line. The longer lines appear on the 1/4 inches. So at 4 1/4, 4 1/2, and 4 3/4 will be the longer line. The next longest line in will be the 1/8 lines, and the tiny short lines are the 16th lines. I hope that helps. Okay, so what other way can I cut my card? We just cut it that way. Now we're going to cut it this way. So this card is A4 is 8 1/4, which means half of that will be 4 1/8. So we go to 4 1/8 again, only this time we're going to cut that direction, not score it. Okay, and because I know this is going to be a little bit too long, I'm going to cut this one to 11 1/2 inches in length, and it's such a weeny amount. That's the bit that comes off. Okay. Oh, I think my trimmer's getting a bit blunt. I've been doing a lot of cutting lately, and it's I need to change my blade. Right, so now we have a strip of 11 1/2 by 8 1/4. No, sorry, 4 1/8, because we've already cut it. We're going to score it now this way at 5 3/4. So now I have a score line, 5 3/4. So it's just the same as the other card. The size is exactly the same, but they open in a different way. So this one will open up that way, or I could do it landscape that way. So that gives you 4 different styles of card to make. You can make both in portrait or landscape. Now you can see that they're quite small. I suggest starting small. Mostly for Stampin' Up, our card, stamp images are aimed at this size card, and it's easy to find envelopes for. It's a good size to send. It's cheaper through the post, so it's a really nice size, and it's good for note, you know, as a note card, as an invitation, as a thank you, whatever you want to send. Obviously, if you want to make bigger cards, you can make bigger cards as well, and I will do those in a future video where I will do some bigger ones, but for now I'm just doing this size. So to get started, I would invest in some nice paper and some stickers or a stamp set with sentiments on it, and you can make something quite simple like that. That's just got a piece of coloured card, then a layered piece of paper over the top with a pattern and a sentiment. And to get started, that's enough. That's perfectly fine for a card that you've just learnt to make. You might want to then move on to make a card with a bit more detail. So this card is in landscape that way, and I have also stamped an image for the insert. I have layered up paper onto a piece of card the same as I did before. This time I've added another piece of card or ribbon you could add there. I've put in a oval die cut shape, and then I have cut out the birds from the paper that it was actually on, but this is also a stamp set, so I could have stamped and cut that out as well. And it's just layering. So the more layers you put, the more fussy it will look, the more creative it will look. And then we get on to making shaped cards. This is a surprise gatefold. So gatefold is where two sides shut up to become one front. And on this one I have put some floating elements inside, so you will see this on YouTube as floating gatefold or surprise gatefold. My video, it's a surprise gatefold, and if you scroll back through some of my previous videos, you will find where I made this card. It's very simple. It looks quite impressive, I suppose, but it's actually very simple to do. It's a lot of measuring and cutting is basically what, and gluing. That's basically what that involves. And I don't know if I've put a video up for this one, but there are several other links for this one. This one folds in half like the gatefold, but instead of gatefold it's triangular. I like this. I must admit, I really do like making these cards. And you will need the same piece. It takes a slightly bigger piece of card, because obviously that's going to be, this would have started off as a piece of card that was A4. Yeah, that would take up a whole A4 sheet, and then you're cutting off this bit here. So you can actually make two. Can you make two? Yes, you must be able to. Yeah, you can make two still from an A4 sheet of card, and it's quite specific the way that you cut it. But so you can see, even by making cards of the same size and proportions, you can make them look very, very different. Here I just kept this one very, very simple. Just used a small piece of paper, a backing, a die cut shape with a stamp on it and a stamped word, and then I just added a little shimmery, I don't know if you can see because of the cellophane, some shimmer to the umbrella and the dress. And again, that's a nice easy card to make, and it's simple but it's effective. So I hope that helps you with your cutting of your base cards. Always make sure you've got envelopes that will fit your base card size. So if you're going to make a bespoke sized card, check that you have an envelope, or you can get an envelope that is the size of the card you want to make. And if not, you will need a piece of paper big enough that you can actually fold and make yourself an envelope. We'll do that at a later date. I hope this one has helped too. Again, I will put any links you need to know below, so please feel free to click on them. There's no obligation to buy anything that you click on. It's just for information purposes only. And if you do want to buy them and you are not in the UK, please go to stampinup.com and click on the link for your country, and you will be able to order there. Thanks for watching. Bye.